So Jim Lagacy again, MassWildlife Angler Education Coordinator. And the first and most important thing about ice fishing is being safe on the ice and being confident in your ability to be safe on the ice. The first couple of things you should have with you, especially if you're new and you've never ice fished before, is a PFD. This will give you all the confidence you need. If you did happen to go in, worst case, you'd be floating, which would give you the ability to stay on that surface and dig in and get yourself out. The other thing you should always wear, whether you're a brand new ice angler or a veteran, are these ice spikes. They're basically just little sharp objects that you can hold in your hand. You always wear them around your neck. There's a variety of different kinds, but basically just if you did fall in again, you can just pick your way back out and use your upper body strength to pull yourself out of the water. Very, very important safety item to wear. If you're fishing with a buddy or a group, as often we do when we ice fish, you should bring a length of rope. If someone does go through in your party, you can throw this to them and the other folks can drag you out. Again, worst case. What I'm going to show you next, you generally don't have to worry about any of this. You should still have it with you. But being able to test the ice for strength and safety is your number one thing to be able to do. So we're gonna take these off while I test the ice. And the way to test the ice is a very simple procedure. There is no website to consult or number to call to tell you if this pond is safe, if that lake is safe or not safe. You have to do this yourself. You have to be your own advocate for safety. So the first thing you do, you come down to the water's edge. On the very edge, we're at the boat ramp here on South Pond, Lake Quacumquasit, Central Massachusetts, early February here. A good indication that the ice is safe, you'd pan around and you see other people on the ice. You see other groups here, other groups over there. Then you can say, okay, it must be safe. However, I never trust anyone else. I want to find out myself. Some people will push it. MassWildlife recommends 4 inches, minimum 4 inches of black or blue ice for safe ice. What generally happens in southern New England is you get the freeze-thaw mixed in, you get precipitation mixed in, so you get more of that white, milky colored ice like we have here today. We have snow on top. So that ice is not going to be as strong. So we like to see at least 5 or 6 inches. So we got to test that. We got to walk down. We're going to pretend there's no one out on the ice today, even though there's a few groups. We're going to walk down right to the water's edge. We're right at the shoreline, the boat launch here. We're just going to kind of move the snow aside here, and we're in maybe a foot deep of water, and I'm going to jump up and down. Literally just jump up and down and feel if anything gives or cracks under my feet. I don't feel anything giving or cracking. I'll go a little further out, still maybe in 12 to 18 inches of water. Jump up and down. It's a little slushy on the surface. Nothing's giving. So that's a good sign. If you were to feel cracking under your feet or the ice actually moving, you'd probably call it a day and say it's not safe. Never push it beyond that. But this ice feels really solid now. I'm going to move out a little further because I'm going to use a good old hand dogger, a 6-inch hand dogger. You can do it with a chisel or a small hand dogger to see how thick the ice is. We're going to go a little further out. This might be 1.5 to 2 feet. So if you were to go through, it would not be the end of the day. It would be maybe up to the top of your boots. So plant your feet, just start drilling. Take your skimmer, kick the slush aside. Some people like to leave that as it kind of insulates the hole on really cold days and keeps the ice from freezing. I like to just get it out of the way entirely. Take your skimmer, move all the slush out. Remember, we're right on the shore here. Good little common sense too is when you're drilling near the shore, don't drive this down into the bottom. Just as soon as you punch through, bring it right back up, because you don't want to mess up those blades. And if you have a chisel to check it, all the better, because that won't matter if you punch it to the bottom. Okay, now we're going to turn the skimmer upside down. I'll take my glove off here. We're just going to put the hook right on the bottom of the water, bottom of the ice here. Put it down till you literally hook the bottom of the ice. I'm going to put my hand right on the surface of the water column. Now you're going to measure from the hook to my finger. That's a good 8 or 9 inches. So 8 or 9 inches, even though it's not honeycombed ice, it's just that white ice with a lot of freeze and thaw and precipitation mixed in. It's plenty strong enough. So there is your indication that you're probably going to be okay. Now you want to stake out your location on the water. You'd look over, you'd probably already know roughly where you're going to set up. Say you want to set up in that cove or off that point. You'll still want to check it a couple more times on the way out. You will never assume that it's going to be the same thickness that it is on the shore. Ice freezes first on the shore and last out toward the middle, and vice versa. And it thaws out in late winter and early spring from the shore, and it's thicker out in the middle. Use those few little safety precautions, and you'll have no problem out on the ice this winter.